Hi students, this is Dr. Jacqueline Miner, and I wanted to create a getting started video that really starts at the ground level because I've noticed that some of you are having a little trouble getting started. For those of you that jumped right in, signed in, the first several minutes of this may be information that you don't need, but just hang in there or feel free to fast forward so that you can see if there's anything else that you need in the video. For this week, there were several assignments that you needed to do. Everything is completed online. So what I want to do is walk through that right from the beginning. So here I am on the main TCC homepage. There are a couple of different ways that you can get to Blackboard. One of them is to come over here to the top right-hand corner and just click My TCC. That's an easy way if you have this as your homepage. The other thing that you can do in your address bar is to type my.tccd.edu, and that will also take you there. So once you've gone to My TCC, it looks like this in Blackboard. Your page may look a little bit different than mine because I've got just a lot more stuff going on, but you want to click into the summer class. And so here on my screen, you see 2021 summer INRW0090 40001, and it's got my name attached to it. So that's the class that we want to go into. Your class opens up to the announcements page, and that's always a good thing to review just to see if there are any new announcements. And you can see the first one was posted for you on May 27th. Then there was an announcement posted on June 1st, and then another one June 3rd. So you've got those announcements posted, but you're really going to do most of your navigation over here on the left menu bar. So you'll see the start here, which is where you get started. You'll see the syllabus, the lessons, announcements. You guys won't see this one that says discussion board. That's not visible to students. That's just where I go in and grade. For any of your discussion board assignments, you actually have the link right in your lessons. And then you'll see required e-textbook. That's where you can see those. You see my grades, tutoring at TCC. That's how you get to the lab for help with reading and writing tutoring, or even speaking. If you happen to be enrolled in a speech class, they can help with that too. Course evaluation is where you're going to fill out your course. You guys do not have access to this one that says course materials. That's something else. That's just mine. And Blackboard Collaborate Ultra. That's where I will save the live recording. So I'm going to send you a link to this one, but anytime you want to go back and look at a live recording, you're going to click on Blackboard Collaborate Ultra, and you'll go in there to look at the live recording. So I'm going to walk through all of this. I'm actually going to start with, I don't think there's anything in Collaborate Ultra right now. So let's just start with Start Here. So that's the first thing you're going to do. Start here. You see there's a hello and welcome message that's posted there. And it asks you to post a short informal hello in the discussions forum. And there's a place for you to do that in the lessons. Let's see, there's some other information here. Just remind you to stay on top of, you know what? I put daily logging into Canvas. That's for my summer too. So completely ignore that. I apologize. No, you are daily logging into Blackboard. As a matter of fact, nope, it won't even let me change it right now. I was hoping I could just make that quick fix. I am. I was wondering because I got a couple of questions about Canvas, and I said, I wonder where these students are getting this. And that was just a little blip in my brain. So my summer 2 classes are going to be in Canvas. Actually, your summer 2 classes will be in Canvas as well because TCC is making that switch. And I was working on my summer 2 information and my summer 1. So I apologize for confusing you about that. Anyway, okay, now you'll see that it says Blackboard. So daily logging into Blackboard. And it kind of gives you an idea of how much time you'll need to spend in the different places. It's going to be several hours a week. That's what I really want you guys to get. Probably about 14 hours a week on average once we get rolling to make sure that you're covering everything. The other thing I want you to understand, this is important. Our week starts on Wednesday. So your first 2 days of class are Wednesday and Thursday. And then you've got the weekend in the middle. And then you come back and finish up the week on Monday and Tuesday. I know that's a little different than how the other classes run, but here's the reason why I chose to do it like that. I have noticed in my 20 years of teaching at TCC that students online oftentimes work on things over the weekend. Well, I don't teach over the weekend, and in the summer, I'm not available on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So what happens is students wait till the end to do their work, and they're like, oh, I have these questions, and they send all these questions over the weekend. I don't see them till Monday, and the due date is passed because it was Sunday night. And so I made this change so that you've got your Tuesday, Wednesday things, which are generally easier to do and brief. You can manage those on your own, and you understand, okay, I've got something your Wednesday, Thursday things. You've got some things that are going to be due on a Thursday night. And then you've got the weekend to look ahead at what's coming up on Monday, Tuesday. Are there things that I have questions about? Are there things that are going to be difficult? Or if you have free time, is this stuff that I can go ahead and knock out and I don't even have to worry about my due date on Tuesday? I can just get it done. So that having that break in the middle of your week really, to me, seems a better fit for the students. And if you get things done, you don't have to worry about Monday morning, that Monday morning fog of, oh, what did I need to do? Or did I miss something? Or did I not hear back from my instructor? I typically spend the weekends with my family. We'll be headed out of town, and I will log back in when we get back in. But I want you to be able to look ahead, see what you have coming, and not have those Monday morning surprises. So that's why our week is shaped like that, and I hope you'll use that to your advantage. Okay, let's see. Try to have a planner or a calendar so that you can take those things that are in your syllabus, all those due dates in your syllabus, and mark them wherever you keep track of things that you have to do. So if that means you're going to put them in your phone with reminders, if you're going to put them in an online calendar or a work calendar, or if you're like me, I like Post-it notes up in front of me so I can see them. And then when I'm done, I can throw them away. Whatever works for you, do that so that visually you can stay on top of the things that you have to get going. Okay, so that's your start here, and it tells you where to start. It says read the syllabus and look at lessons. So let's take a look at the syllabus. The syllabus tells you how to get in touch with me. It gives you my office hours, that 8 to 10 a.m. spot on Mondays and Wednesdays. And I apologize again for not being available Wednesday. Like I mentioned before, a dear friend of mine passed away, and it really hit me hard. I spent 6 hours with his wife yesterday, and that time was good, but it's just kind of slumped me, as my kids would say. So I ask that you just bear with me while I deal with the loss of a very close friend. In the syllabus, you have information about student accessibility resources. If you are a student who has a disability of some kind or needing academic accommodations and you have had those in the past, the SAR office is who you want to get in contact with. And you can find the one for your home campus by going back to the TCC homepage and looking for SAR or Student Accessibility Resources. Campus carry, that's just an FYI on where the campus is as it relates to the law. Course evaluation, that gives you an opportunity to offer feedback on the course. Typically, you'll do that they say it's open as soon as June 8th. You will have only been in class for a week. So I encourage students to do their evaluation closer to week 4 when you've had a chance to kind of have a good feel for how the course went. And then you can offer feedback on what went well, what didn't work well, what things do you think are great. I love reading students' comments. The check the boxes are okay, but your actual feedback and comments, I do like to see, and that's very helpful for me in shaping the other classes. That's one of the reasons I made the change about the weekend. Just so you know, when you do your course evaluation, those results remain completely anonymous. They aren't even available to us until after we've posted final grades for the class. And so some students are like, oh, if I say I really didn't like how this happened, or I really didn't like this, she's going to take it out on me or on my grade. 1, I'm not that kind of a person. But 2, I wouldn't even know because it's not possible because I can't see your evaluations until after grades are posted and all is done, all is well. So just know that, and that's for all classes. Let's see. Title 4 is about discrimination, so make sure you're aware of that. If you're pregnant or parenting, and that's if you're parenting, meaning that you've got a child under the age of 1 year, please see what kind of support the college offers for pregnant and parenting students. And then Townsend Press, you guys will spend $15 on that, your access to that site for the month, for the summer. That gives you access to everything, all the books, all the assignments. And so you have instructions for doing that. And then for your laptop, in terms of other materials, you want to have a laptop or desktop computer with a working camera or mic, because for your tests, for your actual exams, you will need that piece. When you're taking an exam, I will use Proctorio. Proctorio records you and records the screen and records movement. It also records sound. And so you do have to have a working camera and mic. If you don't have one, then back on the Blackboard homepage, there is a banner that tells you how you can request a device from the college. And you can use that device to take exams with Proctorio. So they can issue you a device. Other than for exams, you can just do the assignments from, a tablet. I use a Surface tablet all the time for preparing things for the class. Okay, I'm not going to read the rest of this to you, but these are our learning outcomes. I do think it's important that you pay attention to them so that you know what things we're going to be covering. And it is a mix of reading and writing. Your attendance is mandatory, and it's graded, or your attendance is taken based on whether or not you're turning in assignments on time. That's how we assess online activity and participation. Are you getting those assignments turned in when they're due? That lets me know that you have been in the classroom to see the assignment and back into the classroom to submit the assignment. Course room is really what I should be saying. Okay, if you have to be absent, let me know. I've already had one student do that, and it was great because I was able to reply exactly what she needed to do, or actually in this case, there wasn't going to be a conflict. But it is the student's responsibility to initiate that communication, so make sure that you do that. And then if you miss more than 15% of the weekly class meetings, and basically that is twice, once you've had that second miss, then you will be dropped at my discretion. And I pretty much, if I see that a student is just not getting things in and getting things done, I do tend to just drop students who aren't participating actively. So to avoid that, make sure that you're staying on top of things. If you want to retake the TSIA assessment, you can. The campus has to schedule the testing because, of course, we haven't been open, but I know they are reopening the campus. And so you actually have to call the campus to see about scheduling that. And that number is 817-515-8223. That's TCCD. So 817-515-8223, and you can ask them about taking the TSI exam. All right, grading, you can see it listed here, but the big thing you want to know is that at the end of everything, your grade is credit or no credit. So if you have A, B, or C in the grade book, you get credit for the course. If you have 69 or below, which is recorded as an F, it's going to show up as no credit. That's how it's shown for this course only. When you move into the second INRW course, the A, B, and C or F will show. Hopefully nobody's in the F range. Weights tells you how the assignments are weighted. And then here are assignments. So we have 2 textbooks. The first one is English Essentials, and it has 2 parts, part 1 and part 2. And then we also have the Reading Writing Connection, and it also has 2 parts, the Reading and Writing Skills, and then the 4 reading selections. So you need to make sure that you're checking through all of these, both books, when you're looking for assignments. So let me slow down right here and show this to you. In English Essentials, Chapter 1, you have practices and exercises and exams that are due by Thursday. That's today. And then you have the same thing for chapter 4. We're going to look at that in the second video. So chapters 1 and 4 for English Essentials is what we're doing with this week. And that's because we had an extra day since we started with Tuesday. But that's just part 1. And this is why I want you to make sure you go through and put all your due dates on there. So part 2, there's nothing in the punctuation marks or things because that's not until June 17th. But when we get to the second book, the introduction, I don't know why that chopped it off there, but the introduction exercise is due Thursday as well. And vocabulary development, which is chapter 1, is also due Thursday. And that's today. Then you'll see that there are things that are due next week on Tuesday, but you've got the weekend and, we'll talk Monday morning. So you've got all those that are due, and you want to make sure you're looking at all of that. Now, remember, there's 2 sections in each book. So here's the 4 selections with comprehension. This is where you come in, you're going to read a story and answer 10 comprehension questions about that story. So it's not a long assignment, but I just don't want you to forget it. So you'll notice here, selection 1, which is titled 0, reading selection, read the story, comprehension questions. There's 10 questions. And that's also due, that was actually due yesterday, but if you didn't do it, just get it done. I'm always flexible with the first week because students are at different places and trying to get used to things. When we move into the second week, I want everybody in lockstep. So this is why I'm taking the time to make sure that we go through this. All right, so there's the bulk of your syllabus. So that was the first thing that you were asked to do. Take a look at the syllabus. Now let's look at lessons. So I want to show you mine. You can see week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5. Okay, you guys can't see all that in yours, but I will release them every week. Again, we start on Wednesday, so usually on Tuesday, I'll make that available to you so you can start looking ahead. So week 1, let me click into here. And I want to see if I can make this a little larger. There we go. I wanted more on the screen. So the course syllabus is posted there again. The course introduction just tells you a little bit about it and what this prepares you for. Then I've been getting these, write an email to your professor. And after that, I know the first day of class was when a lot of you emailed me, and the second day, that was also the same day I found out about Ray passing away. And so I returned a couple of those emails and then didn't return a lot of them. And so it says, I will email you back with a specific set of instructions. Your specific set of instructions, just once I get that email, says to make sure that you click up here, right here where it says writing an email to your professor. Click up there to tell me you have completed the assignment. Okay, so I'm going to show you that, but I also want to point out something to you. If you see this icon that just looks like a piece of paper with typing, okay, that icon doesn't do anything, but there is a live link that you can open. So this icon means there is a file attached, okay? There's a document attached. So that means you can click on this and it will open. The second icon is the file with the picture. That just means it's static. There is nothing to click. You're just reading what's there. Okay, nothing to click, you're reading what's there. The third icon, like writing an email to your professor, that has the pen and the ruler, and that tells you it's a measurement or a graded assignment. So that means you want to click on the title and there's something you need to submit. In this case, after you've sent me an email to my email address, not in here, but after you've sent the email to my email address, you click on that. There's a repeat of the assignment. Okay. Notice it tells you again, write an email to me at my email address. And then after you've done that, you're going to come down here and where it says write submission, click on this and just say, Dr. Minor, I have submitted this assignment. Thank you. And you're good. Okay, that just lets me know that you know how to get in here and do this piece. So it also gives me a way to go in and put your grade in. This assignment is only worth 5 points. So when you get 5 out of 5, that's 100%. That's not 5 out of 100. So don't let that freak you out. All right, then the only other thing you need to do, you don't need to add any comments. You just press submit down here in the corner and voila, you'll get a confirmation message at the top. Now, I'm not going to do that because the system gets a little angry when I try to submit assignments because it's confused because I'm the professor. All right. Up here where you see this picture, there is not anything for you to click on. Okay, nothing for you to click on here, so don't worry about that. But this is called a mashup, and it means that you have a video. So when you see these, that means there is a video in this part for you to watch. So right here, you're going to watch this video about how to sign up for Townsend Press. And it tells you you need our class code. Okay, that's the class code right there, 889-2430. It tells you that you're looking for our INRW0090 course. It tells you that you're going to do this at townsendpress.net. That is a live link that you can come back and use. And there was a note to do that immediately because you have assignments beginning on June 2nd. So hopefully you all saw that because that was yesterday. And some of those assignments will be gone. I'm going to turn them back on for those of you that missed them so that you can get them done. All right, and then this one tells you how to join the class. So here you sign up for your account. Once you have an account, you need to join the course. So some of you are like, yep, I got it, I know it, no problem. And you did all of that in the first step. But there are 2 steps. And if you didn't get it, I just put the second video here just to make it super clear. I've had at least 2 emails where students go, I don't know how to join the class. So I'm thinking they didn't see this, townsendpress.net, joining the class. So there you go. So pretty much the 2 places you're going to work are in Blackboard and in Townsend Press. All right, we're going to keep reading straight down in the lessons folder. This is just telling you about when you purchase your subscription. This is what it should look like. If you aren't looking at this, you're in the wrong spot. Okay, if it doesn't say plus total access, if it does not say $15, then that's not the right one. And the reason I put that there because I don't want you spending too much money. And I think in an earlier message, again, I think I was getting my 2 classes mixed up. I put a $29 message. So that's why I posted this below so you guys would see that. Like, this is what it should look like. And I wanted to make that picture really big for you. If you happen to purchase the $29 one, call them back. They have their help number all over their website. You will actually get to talk to a live person. That's one of the reasons I use this website, because it's not all these, voice prompts or whatever. Talk to a live person and tell them that you paid for the wrong subscription because your instructor posted summer 2 information instead of summer 1, and you only need the total access. And can they help you fix it? And they will, because they're great people. All right, so here's your self-introduction. Remember I said post a brief hello? This is where that happens. So this type of icon means that there's a discussion board posting. So this is the next type of icon, and it's a discussion board. So it means you can click on the title and that will actually open the discussion board. What do you need to include in it? Well, you can read this file below. Just click here. It'll open up and it'll tell you what you need to put in the file. But it's basically a quick hello. So I see that Kelly Walker has already done that. That's fantastic. Yay, Kelly. I see that others have not, so make sure that you do that. When you get here, you're going to create a thread. Okay, this is what Kelly did. Create a thread, and you're going to name it your name. And then you're just going to post a hello and tell us a little bit about yourself. And you're going to have a video that you're going to share with us. What? Yes, your hello is going to be a video hello. So take out your phones, introduce yourselves, tell us a little something exciting about yourself, and then you can upload it to YouTube or wherever it's saved and send us a link in here so that we can all see that. So let's go take a peek. I'm very curious. Yep, now Kelly has sent this one. I am going to highlight it, but I want to point out something. We'll see what happens. Most of the time, your sharing link right here at the end, it says sharing. That's how Google knows that this is a sharing link and it's okay to share. So it's possible that Kelly may need to adjust her settings so that anyone can see this, but we are going to try. I'm going to right click and say go to this. And let's see if it lets me go. Yep, it said I need access. So I'm just gonna contact Kelly and let her know, hey, I want you to change your sharing links. All right, and since we're talking about that, let me show you right now what that looks like. I'm gonna click on, no, let me see, I don't wanna go this, yeah. Okay, here we go. Right here, when you guys first log into my TCC, you'll see your picture and then you'll see these little dots. And these little dots, if you click on them, will let you get into your Google Drive. Okay, so here's my Google Drive. When I go into my Google Drive, uh-oh, of course that would happen. Okay, when I go into my Google Drive, I can upload things here. I can create a new file. And in this case, I am going to do a new, more. I'm connecting another app so I can do, oh, where is my video app? Video recorder for Google Drive. There it is, record videos. Okay. All right, let me try this again. New video. All right, so after I record my video, and yeah, look, it tells me you must sign into your school account so your teacher can access your recording. So after I do that, then when I share it, I want to make sure I have shared the right settings. So I'm going to go ahead and open this one with the Texas College Bridge program. And what I want to do, let's just pretend this is your recording. I want to come over here to more actions, the three dots in the top right corner. And I want to click share. And I want to come down to the bottom and I want to make sure it says anyone on the internet with this link can view. And then I'm going to say copy link. Okay, that's really, really important. You don't need to type any special people and groups up here. You just need to make sure that at the bottom, it reads anyone on the internet with this link can view. If you says something else, for example, if it says restricted, you're going to need to change that. Okay. So I've got my link. And now, once you've posted your video, you've got your link. And let Kelly know really quickly. We can't see the video. I think it's just because of the sharing settings. Please update. Thank you. But when you put your video in, you're just going to copy and paste the link in there. And then you're going to be able to share it with everyone. They'll be able to see it. Again, the key thing is when you copy and paste your link in, look at the end. If you see SHARING, sharing, you've got the right link. If it doesn't say SHARING, it is probably not. It's probably going to ask everybody to ask you for permission. So I'm really glad we saw that one because I could show you exactly what it needed to look like. All right, back to the lessons folder. Oops, week 1. So that's where you do your little hello, and yes, it is a video. So if you hadn't looked at that, that's what you're doing there. You're gonna click there to post it, click there to get your instructions. All right, and some of these, on some assignments, you guys may not be able to see this right now, but I have some assignments set up to give you bonus points. And bonus points, you can tell me where you want those 5 points applied. I randomly throw them in on certain assignments. They're usually tied to either your grade, or if you're the first person to get it completed, you might get that. If a lot of times it's if you're the first to get it completed, or sometimes it's just you got it done by the due date. Congratulations, you are right on track. So different points, different awards, different badges for different things. But I have them on my site, and you get a notification when you've earned a badge. Google Blackboard will tell you, hey, you earned a badge, but they tell you that afterward. Okay, so we have done start here, we've done syllabus, we've done lessons, we saw the announcements when we first came in. Let's take a look at Blackboard Collaborate. So when Collaborate opens, you'll see, now this isn't a session that you guys have, this is a different class, but basically let me show you. So if I clicked in here, I have these sessions for my INRW0090 class. And since it's after 10 a.m., it's not asking me to join that. But when I have sessions for you, you'll see a session that says INRW0090. And you can click into that session during the time that it's open. It'll give you an option that says join. If you missed a session and you want to go back and see it, you have to go up here to the menu. Click on those 3 lines and come down to recordings. Now, right now, this is empty, okay? But as I post recorded sessions, you'll see them here, and then you can just watch. Just click on the one that you missed and watch that recording. So that's how you do that if there's a live session that you missed and you need to get to it. I will also do that if I have to miss a session. I live out where Wi-Fi is tricky. So sometimes it's good, sometimes it is spotty, and I may have to record at a different time. Sometimes I record ahead of time just because I have a window. So yeah, you may see recordings pop up there, and that's how you find them. So that's recordings in Blackboard Collaborate Ultra. These are the sessions, and that's that. All right, so that's what your Blackboard looks like. Let's talk about Townsend Press and creating that account. So I'm going to come over to this tab. You should be creating a student account. So you come over here to create an account. Notice the web address is townsendpress.net. Okay, not .com, .net. Create an account. You are creating a student account, and you're going to create on Townsend Press. Put your first name and your last name in. You're going to say continue. Use your TCC email address, please. If you've already done it with a username, that's fine. But if you do it with your TCC email address, it's so much easier to, when they have to reset your password or something like that, because it's always coming to your TCC email. Let me make up a password. And hopefully it won't tell me there's already an account with this. Okay, enter your mobile number if you want to receive a text message when you reset your password. So here's what you want to think. Would I ever in the next 4 weeks possibly forget my password for Townsend Press? If the answer to that is yes, put your mobile number in, okay? If it's not, then don't worry about it. But that's what your mobile number would be for. So now it tells you, hey, you're not enrolled in any classes. Click join a class to fix this. Now this goes back to where I gave you the class code. But remember, you also need to purchase that $15 subscription. So here's the thing. If you're ready to purchase the subscription now, you've got a credit or debit card and you can go on and buy the $15 subscription, go ahead and do that right now and be done. If you can't right now, let's say that you get paid at the end of next week, you can click join a class and enter our class code, and it will let you join for free for a limited time. Every time you sign in, it will start counting down. You have this many days left. You have this many days left. You have this many days left. And then if you don't buy the subscription, it locks you out and you don't have access to it, and I don't have access to it. So if you need to do that for now, that's fine. If you've got the $15, do the buy the subscription. Notice the first thing that popped up, total access, $55, 10 months. No, don't do that. No one's going to be here that long. You want to scroll all the way down to the one that I showed you the picture of, 1 month, because our class is June 1st to July 1st. Buy now. And it's going to give you, well, it put in the email address that I used, and then you're going to type in your card number, expiration, the CVC code, and pay $15. And immediately you're going to have access. Okay, so you've got access to everything. You still need to join the class, okay? So again, you can click on join the class. And what was that? I don't remember what the class code was. I think it was like 889204. That was honestly not in my head. Where was it? $889-2430. So I'm going to put 889-2430. Click join class, and now I'm in. Okay. Once I click here, I see the 2 books, English Essentials and Reading Writing Connection. Those are the same 2 books that were listed on the syllabus. And when I click on English Essentials, 14 days. Okay, so it's giving you the subscription for 14 days. And there's the notice I was talking about. Your trial period expires in 14 days. You can use the site for free until then. If you need an access code, buy now. That's where you can purchase it. Okay, so here's what I want you to know. This is really important because it's going to save some of you a lot of time. In this book, you're doing chapter 1 and chapter 4. Okay, notice they all say due by today at 11:55. So they all have their due dates. And you're like, what? Look at all that stuff due today. Well, one, it's not as long as you think. But click in here. This will take you to the book. So I clicked on the book. Whoa. Hopefully this fixes itself in a second. I clicked on the book to actually see the book. I have never seen this happen where it shows up upside down. I want to go back out and try this over. Okay, I don't know what that was about, but you know, technology happens. So I'm in the book. You know, you need to read chapter 1. So I'm going to click on these 3 bars. That's the menu. And I want to see the table of contents, and I want to go to chapter 1, subjects and verbs. So here's where I start reading. Now up here, I've got highlighting tool. If there are some things I want to remember, I've got my little pointer. The highlighting tool can also turn into a text if I want to write notes to myself. It has a pencil tip. If there are things I need to underline, I can circle, I can draw squares around. So you have all those options. This is subjects and verbs. We're starting at the very, very basics. So for some of you, it's a refresher of things, but maybe it's been a long time since you've even had to think about this. So that's why we're doing this little refresher. So the subject is the person, place, thing, or idea that the sentence is about. And they give you some examples. Look at this sentence. People applauded. Who is the sentence about? It's about people. What did the people do? They applauded. So the subject is people. Gloria wrote answers on the board. Who is doing something in this sentence? Oh, well, Gloria is the one doing something. So the subject's Gloria. So I might take my little highlighter, you know, if I'm working on this, and I might go, okay, in this one it's people, in this one it's Gloria. All right, and I keep reading, keep reading, keep reading. Don't just scroll through it like I am. Actually read it. And then it tells you about verbs. Verbs express action. They tell what the subject's doing. Okay, how do you find an action verb? Ask, what does the subject do? Okay, these are things you're going to want to remember for your test. Oh, wait a second. Some verbs don't show action. Those are linking verbs. Oh, and look, there are some examples of linking verbs. So maybe I need to know that. And then, oh, look, there's some notes. Some verbs consist of more than one word, a helping verb plus the main word. Here are some examples. Okay, so maybe I need to remember this as well. Okay. Oh, and there's another note. The verb of a sentence never begins with to. Gloria is going to write the answer on the board. And you're thinking, what's the action? Is it is going or is it to write? Well, a lot of times you would think, oh, it's got to be right. But it can't be that because the verb of a sentence never begins with to. So in this case, the verb of the sentence is going.
Let's get the spark plug changed. Spark plugs. Do you have a rough estimate?
I'm doing a live recording.
All right.
All right. Then when you get ready to change the page, let's see. Oh, it's not. Doesn't look like it's going to show up. Let me click off of the marker. There it is. I was looking for that little arrow. You click. Make sure you're not on the highlighter or anything else up here. You might have to click off so your arrow can show up for the next page. So now they're giving you another example, understanding subjects and verbs. Okay, there's a longer example because, of course, you're not going to be doing a bunch of simple sentences for regular college reading. So they want you to practice with this, and then they want you to check your answers. So if we were doing this practice, Daisy Russell lives in Missouri. Who is it about? Well, they want me to underline the subject once and the verb twice. Let me go get this pencil here so I can do that. And I'll use red. Oh, no, sorry. Teachers aren't supposed to use red because, I don't want to trigger anybody. Underline the subject once and the verb twice. So who is this sentence about? It's about Daisy Russell. What does Daisy do? Daisy lives. There we go. Daisy lives in Missouri. So that's what I would do all the way through. Oh, no, wait. Her father beat her. Who is that subject about? It's about the father. So we underline that once, and then beat is what he did, and we underline that twice because that's a verb. So you're doing these practices throughout the book and checking yourself with the answers, okay? Check your understanding so that you're ready for the practices. So let's say you've done that, you've done these practice exercises. There's another note. The notes are super important. Don't skip these gray boxes. Okay, so here's a note, and it says, the subject of a sentence is never part of a prepositional phrase. Some of you are going to be like, oh my gosh, it has been so long since I had to know what a prepositional phrase is. And so there's the definition, and you might need to remind yourself what that definition is. So I'm going to put that in a different color. And then there are examples, so I'm going to put that back in yellow. So here are some common prepositions, and man, there is a whole good list of them. If I was writing down notes on paper, I would actually write down these examples of prepositions, and here's why. It's going to be in the practices you do online. If you have the list of prepositions with you, and you know the subject is never part of a prepositional phrase, then you have these words as clues that the subject can't be part of that. And then they tell you as you're looking for the subject, maybe it's helpful if you cross out the prepositional phrases so you don't have to worry about picking the wrong thing. That is actually a great strategy. That may be a strategy that you want to try out, pay a lot of attention to. This is a really good strategy. So notice I picked a circle to put around there. And then they've given you guys some more practice. So there's practices, practices, practices. Then there's another note. What are we doing with notes? I hope your brain said highlighting them. Okay. Many verbs consist of a main verb plus one or more helping verbs. And look, there's another list. Helping verbs are shown below. So yes, I want this list of helping verbs. If I'm writing this down on my own paper, and I say that because some people remember things better when they write it than they do if they're just looking. I'll tell you this, When you're on the screen, your brain's only going to remember about 20% of what you read, and that's like excellent. But if you read it and you mark it up, you're up to about 35%. If you read it, you mark it up and you write it down, you're going to remember about half of it. That's just the way your brains work. So the more things you do with what you're reading, the more you're going to remember. And the more you remember, the less you have to go over it and over it and over. So then there's more practices. There's practice 2. Okay. And we keep moving. Practice 3. And then look, there's a little test that you can try yourself out on in the book. Now, here's what I want to show you. So you've been working through the book, but you've got exercises over here to do. The practices are literally just for you to practice. Okay, practices are just for you to practice. Now, I'm going to actually stop here and pick up with the second video because now I'm just talking exclusively about Townsend Press.